Hello to all the Type Moon gamers out there tuning into part 4 of my Tsukihime A Piece of Blue Glass Moon Let's Play. Again, this is streamed live on a playthrough Sunday on my Twitch stream. But yeah, this will also be archived on the main channel on YouTube for a video, because I have a playlist for this thing. I figured, you know, I'm a big Type Moon fan, and I'm sure many of my viewers are as well. Even though this series obviously won't get that many views, I'll just archive it because it's fun. Again, from the get-go, this is on the same day as the JP Valentine's announcements. So this morning I happen to have a migraine, so I can't be like going crazy, giga excited or anything today. So sorry if the energy is a bit low, but I'll try my best to hopefully be the same as usual anyway. I'm gonna, you know, usual disclaimers. I'm gonna let all the voice lines play out, and if there's no voice lines for the, you know, dialogue, I'll just read it out loud myself. I won't really voice act because I'm probably not really cut out for that, but I'll read everything that's not voiced anyway. That's about it. Sometimes I'll pause because I'm still streaming live. I might go on a random tangent about something as well, talk to my viewers. But yeah, we'll still make a good chunk of progress today as well, I'm sure. Let's get going now. This will be fully uncut, no edits whatsoever. It's fully raw until the outro, I guess. Let's go. We're going. So I believe we finished day 2 last time, right? Yes. So day 3 starts. We got impulse inversion, or the chapter name, if you will. Now I did hear some stuff that apparently day 3 a bit longer again. So chances are we probably won't be completing it today. But I'm hoping for some cool stuff anyway, because again, you know, it doesn't really matter if you get like cool checkpoints between these parts, because it's all going to be, you know, one big let's play anyway. So we'll just pause after a while at some, you know, appropriate part. Like not in the middle of a scene or anything like that, preferably. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Madnug. But this should be fine at least, because again, this is a VN, so it's pretty chill. Not too bad. 3 streams is full Tsuki. We probably won't do that much, but we'll see. Anyway, it was something Master once told me. The lines that I see are the parts that break more easily. The same as how a human body has weaknesses, like at the joints or the eyes. I can cut anything without worrying about resistance or friction, just by lightly tracing the lines with a blade. Whether it's a human body or inanimate objects, there are lines in all that I see. That depth perception though. Hey, flashback to Aoko. Wow.
あらゆるものは壊れてしまうという運命を内包しているの。形がある以上、こればっかりは逃れようのない前提でしょ?
I like how they're explaining it like this. It's always pretty cool. In other words, the world is stitched up. It's only ever a step away from breaking apart. Say the scribbles run across the earth. Then one day, for maybe no reason at all, the ground could come apart and everything would break. That's what my reality is like. That's pretty scary though when you think about it.
そして、私たち人間はさらに細かく壊れやすい。怪我も回復も、老化も成長も、流星も衰弱も、すべては終わりに近づく変化だから。
Storytime indeed, Kuran indeed. We're just doing a bit of Tsukihime today. I didn't want to cancel the stream fully after the migraine because I got a good chunk of rest. Like I'm feeling kind of okay right now, but I don't really want to risk it with Armored Core. So yeah, delayed start today with just Tsukihime. Okay. Do you want to know the difference between the Mystikas of Shiki and Kara no Kyokai here? Unless it's explained, then maybe not. Then maybe it's more fun to try and figure out it myself anyway, even if it's not explained. I never felt more thankful for Master's glasses than when I first came to understand those words. I couldn't have survived if I had to see those lines all the time. Not really. Well, one difference is at least pretty apparent. Ryogishiki controls her eyes, right? It seems like Tono doesn't. They're always on, basically. And sometimes when he has like some kind of scenes, they just become even more vivid for him, maybe even uncontrollably so. But it seems like the Shiki from K&K has much more control over her eyes. Like she doesn't always have them on, I'm pretty sure. Like she can activate them at will. That much is pretty clear at least. But otherwise, from my limited amount of time with this VN so far, I'm not sure about the other differences, if there are some. Fragile lines in all things. An unbound, unstable world. Nothing can be gained. Well, that was an early voice crack. From seeing them. Nothing at all. Wow. Hey Zashu, how you doing? Wakey, wakey, it's day 3 time. I awake from an old memory. Feeling the light through my eyelids, I reach over to the other side of the bed. I could make a really funny joke here right now because he's talking about having lines in his eyes, and then I had a migraine today, and for those that don't know, my migraine is aura based, meaning that before my headache starts, I get this aura in my eyes that kind of expands, and I see kind of stuff in my field of vision as well. Not as cool as, you know, lines that allow me to cut through everything, but they're like these almost like blurry, zigzaggy, weird lines that appear in my eyes that make it harder to see and read and whatnot. They're like, it's like the blind spot of the eye kind of expanding in a random pattern. It's never really the same, but yeah, it's funny because it's kind of a similar little thing. I'm feeling mostly good. Just taking it kind of chill after the migraine this morning, but yeah, again, thank God I have good medicine or medication for it. Sadly, don't really have any preventative stuff. They just happen when they happen. But if one does happen, my medication kind of mostly keeps it in check, so it doesn't get out of hand and too painful or anything like that. And those floaters, no, it's called an aura. I'm not an expert in everything, but yeah, it's called an aura in the eyes. Feeling the light through my eyelids, I reach over to the other side of the bed. My glasses are gone. As worry creeps in, I try the other side of the pillow, where I find my glasses waiting for me. I usually make sure to place them on my left. It must be because of that awful headache I had last night. Also funny coincidence, I guess, although mine was in the morning. Hello, Gand. I put on my glasses before I open my eyes. The ritual would probably look strange to anyone who saw it, but I try to avoid seeing the lines even from the moment I wake up. So I guess when he wakes up, he keeps his eye, like he closes his eyes again, and then like feels out to grab his glasses, puts them on, and then he properly opens his eyes, I assume. So he doesn't get to see the lines, you know, almost at all.
おはようございます、四季様。
It's Ichinose kana. I looked over towards the source of the voice to find a girl in a maid uniform standing by the wall. This is also funny because I watched the new Free Run episode yesterday, a day later, so it's funny because again, Fern, and now we have what's her face? I'm blanking in my memory. It's so hard to remember stuff because of the migraine. Her name, it's not Kohaku, it's the other one. Shit. I didn't even notice her. It seems she's been there a while too. Oh, it's Hisu. Yeah, when I saw you said begins with an H, then I remembered. Yeah. She must be here for the same reason as yesterday, to make sure I don't oversleep.
そっか、ごめん。驚くのはおかしかった。おはよう、翡翠。
Yeah.
起こしに来てくれてありがとう。
それが私の役割ですから。どうかお気になさらないようお願いします。
She lowers her head solemnly. She stops and raises it back up in one fluid motion.
いえ、驚かすのが仕事ということではなく、明日は四季様を驚かせないよう努力いたします。
No jump scares moving forward. She can be a little strange sometimes. Can she be a little fake sometimes too? Man, my jokes are so bad. But it's fun. I get the impression that while she's a perfect maid, she's not quite used to speaking with people.
いや、翡翠には何の問題もないと思うよ。まだ慣れていない俺が悪いんだ。
I get up from the bed and realize that I'm wearing pajamas. I remember changing into my uniform to see what was up with that howling, and then I passed out on the bed after coming back.
おかしいな。俺、制服のまま眠ったと思うんだけど。
Best Tsukihime favorite is not his follow. Who was my favorite so far? I think there was one, but I'm blanking. Was it one of the new characters introduced last time? Maybe it was. But I'm doing my... Again, even... It's hard enough to remember because it was like over a week ago, but at the same time, you know, migraine. Not Kohaku, no. I mean, she's nice though. I do like her. She's definitely up there so far. But there, some of the new characters were pretty cool too. Yeah, the doctor, yeah. That lady.
はい。あのままではお体に悪いので、姉さんに来てもらって、寝巻きに着替えさせていただき
Doctor,
ま
she's
した。
blonde. Well, I can't say anything about her because I haven't even seen her yet. I'm only considering any characters I've met so far. Otherwise, it's completely biased and unfair. So my answer will probably keep changing every week when you ask me, when I learn more and more about all these characters. So right now, there's no definitive answer. I can only say what I kind of, you know, I've experienced so far. She plainly explains what happened. Oh, that makes sense. They changed my clothes for me. I don't know if there's anything especially unhealthy about sleeping in my uniform, but I guess it could get wrinkled. They sure are professional maids. Hold up.
着替えだって。
Oh wow. I quickly check my pants and underwear. Both look brand new. Ayo.
翡翠。
はい。何でしょう。
Did she get a look?
気を使ってくれたのは嬉しいんだけど、これからは何としても起こしてくれ。着替えっていうのは、ほら、やっぱり自分でやるものだし。
Damn. I look down, embarrassed. Hisui, on the other hand, simply nods in affirmation. Oh.
学校の制服はそちらに畳んであります。着替えがお済みになられましたら、今においでください。
普通なら気がつくもんだけど、そんなに疲れてたのか、俺。
There's no point dwelling on it. I can't change what's already happened. I should change and head down for breakfast. Do you have school uniform while you're in middle high school? No, there's no uniforms in Finland at all. Everyone dresses completely different, and you can wear whatever the hell you want. We have no dress code whatsoever. Also, nothing else. Besides clothes, you can also have your hair in any way. You can have jewelry if you want. You can do whatever. You can dye your hair. There's nothing. I dyed my hair in middle school too. So again, it's completely free. Everyone dresses how they want. Well, maybe don't come to school in like a swimsuit or something. Then they would be like, what the fuck are you doing? But you know, anything that's like normal clothing for a public, you know, area is fine. And yeah, elementary school as well. Yeah, just wear whatever. I mean, at that point, most people just wear what their parents buy them, I guess. But some people, I guess, get to choose their own clothes. But I wasn't really that interested in fashion because I was like, hey, I want to play video games. So my mom was like, hey, wear these shirts. My brother and I mostly had similar clothes anyway because we're twins, right? So, yeah, a lot of the similar style clothes. Not identical because that would be embarrassing, but mostly similar stuff. Also, hello Rick, how you doing? My uniform is folded up neatly. She's even gone to the trouble of ironing ironing the shirts. Says twin. Well, my twin brother doesn't live with me right now. Yeah, I used to live together with him for most of my life. He still lives with my mom back home. But yeah, I do have a twin brother. Excuse me. I could swap with my brother and we would not know. We're not identical though. You would definitely notice the difference. We don't really look too much alike. We look a little alike, I guess. Because we're still, you know, twins of the same age and everything. But we're not identical. Is my twin evil? Sometimes, I guess. But I'm sometimes evil too. I show up on stream. I don't think he's ever had his face on stream though. And he has been audible on the streams though. Whenever I lived back home and he was playing, you know, good old Friday night CS or something else, he was sometimes a bit audible. Yeah, the good old Grand Zerk. That's where the title comes from. What's his job? Is he married? He's not married. He's a kind of like a handyman. He has a degree in carpentry. You know, like he works on houses and whatnot. But he doesn't specialize in one thing, like building roofs, fixing windows, building bricks and that. He just does all kinds of stuff. Like he can paint, he can fix roofs, he can fix doors, windows, all this kind of stuff. He's like a handyman. I feel like carpenter doesn't really describe his job really well. He just does a lot of physical stuff. Akiha and Kohaku are already up in the parlor. Having probably finished breakfast some time ago, Akiha is gracefully sipping a cup of tea. What chapter is this? We started day 3 just now. First choice, by the way. Let's do a cheeky little save. Right. Let's see. I greet Akiha, Kohaku, or both. I mean, I'm gonna greet them both. You know, it's only fitting, right? Why not?
二人ともおはよう。
I wonder why that was a choice. Probably not a meaningful one, but there it is, I guess. Kohaku, I like her more than Hisui sorry people. She smiles radiantly, her homey white apron accentuating the warmth she naturally exudes. Akiha, on the other hand, only glances my way.
今朝は随分とゆっくりなんですね、兄さん。まさかとは思いますが、休日と勘違いしているとか？
No mercy, not even in the morning.
ゆっくりってまだ7時を過ぎたばかりじゃないか。ここからうちの高校まで徒歩30分ちょいなんだ。今日は早起きした方だよ。
つまり朝食にかける時間は10分だけですか。お腹を空かせた犬じゃないんですから、朝食はゆっくりとってください。
She wastes no time in pummeling my defenses. Her lightning-quick reflexes and razor-sharp rebukes ought to be feared. Does my brother play FGO? No. He doesn't play any gacha games. He's not a weeb either. I've shown him many anime though, but he doesn't really watch any on his own. Like playing tennis with a wall, everything I throw at her comes right back at me.
兄さん、何か今不審なことを言いかけましたか？
いや、何も。ほんと何も。それより犬じゃないんですからってアキハ。
Wow. That reminds me. I should ask about the dog from last night. True.
なあ、アキハ。昨日の夜のことだけど、ここって毎晩。
I'm gonna guess she doesn't even know what he's talking about. Let's see.
はい。
Yeah. Interesting.
だから、昨日の夜の話だよ。あれじゃアキハたちだって眠れなかっただろう。
昨夜はきちんと熟睡できましたけど、何の話でしょう？
何の話かって、犬の話に決まってるだろう。夜の11時頃、野犬が吠えっぱなしだったじゃないか。
Akiha and Kohaku share a glance before casting a concerned gaze in my direction. They're looking at me like I'm a madman.
いえ、アキハには聞かない。琥珀さん、昨日の夜はうるさかったよね。
As if she doesn't know either.
どうなんでしょうか。確かに昨夜は風が強かったとは思いますけど、深夜の見回りで発見した異常は、四季さんが制服のままベッドの上で眠っていらしたことぐらいですよ。
ああ、それですか。これからは気をつけます。
何かあったの、琥珀？いえ、別に何もありませんでしたよ。ちょっと四季さんの寝相が悪かったというだけですから。
She dodges the question with a smile.
本当に二人とも気がつかなかったのか。昨日の夜、30分ぐらい外で野犬が吠えてたのに。
はあはあ、それはワンワンパニックですね。
Wow. Okay, dude. I can't quite tell if she actually believes me or not.
まあ、わかりやすく言うと、そういうこと。
ふん。私はそんな覚えはありませんけど。琥珀もないでしょ？そうですね。四季さんには申し訳ないのですが、そのようなことはなかったと思います。決まりね。あと考えられるケースといったら、兄さんは犬に吠えられる夢でも見ていたというところかしら。
Nah. The Finnish royals in the Epstein files. I have no idea. I'm not. I'll be real with you, man. I don't follow any of that stuff. Like, if you were to ask me to explain any of this to you, I couldn't. I avoid all this stupid stuff. Like, I don't even know anything about them. So, I have no idea. Anything to do with politics, I tend to just immediately avoid. With how confident they both seem, I'm starting to doubt myself now. Now that I think about it, it was weird. There wasn't even a dog when I went to look. There was... No, there can't have been anyone. Damn, what was that? When they say it like that, it really does start to feel more and more like a dream. Damn, he's starting to doubt what he saw now. I mean, it wouldn't make sense from a, you know, his POV, I guess, but yeah.
兄さんはまだ屋敷に慣れていないから、そんなたちの悪い夢を見たんでしょう。そうですね。今夜も野犬に吠えられるようでしたら、
This really reminds me of the weirdest
獰猛な番犬でも飼うことにし
dream
ましょ
or
う
not
か。
the dream I had myself, which I've told this story of in stream as well. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever. I still can't tell whether I was dreaming or not. Again, to TLDR, I'm not gonna do the full story, but one time I just woke up. My brother and I were at my grandma's place, or our grandma's place. We sleep in the same room in there. I just woke up, and then I just hear the loudest cat meowing. It's so loud. Like, it was like right behind, next to the window in the room. It was so audible. And then when I go look, I see nothing. And then just go back to bed. Like, it was really loud. Okay? We didn't have a cat at the time, no. That was way before we got a cat. That was when I was much younger. So I still can't tell to this day whether I was dreaming or not. Or if my brother was making some weird noises in his sleep, which I don't think he's ever done. So I still can't tell what that was. It reminds me of this situation. Obviously, I'm pretty sure in this case it wasn't a dream, but because he thinks it might be a dream, it just reminds me of that. Kinda spooky. A malicious smile creeps onto Akiha's lips.
私は時間ですので、お先に失礼します。兄さん、登校中に犬に襲われないよう気をつけてくださいね。
Akiha leaves the parlor with a graceful stride. Kohaku bows to me before leaving to see her off. I eat breakfast in the dining room and exit the lobby. Hisui follows behind me with my bag in hand. I told her I could carry it on my own, but she insisted she hold it at least until the entrance. I guess Akiha isn't the only one that has me at a disadvantage. Or maybe in Hisui's case, I'm just soft. Akiha beats me over the head with her ironclad logic. It's also hard to defy her when her status holds more weight around here than mine. It's the opposite when it comes to Hisui. I'm in a position where I can boss her around, but I couldn't possibly bring myself to. There's something about the way she looks at me. I just want to listen to whatever she says.
四季さん、四季さん、ちょっと待ってください。
Kohaku hurries down the steps from the second floor. Hisui draws back as Kohaku approaches.
あれ 琥珀さんは明葉と一緒じゃなかったの？
明葉様はお車で学校に向かわれますから。
Wow.
今朝は四季さんにお届け物があるので屋敷に残らせていただいたんです。
お届け物って俺に？
はい、昨日有馬家の方から荷物が届いたんですよ。
Hey yo. Is some of his stuff, I guess. A bright smile flashes across her face.
いや、俺は自分の荷物は全部持ってきたよ。もともと向こうで使ってたのは有馬の家のものだったから、自分のものなんて着てる服ぐらいで。
そうなんですか？こちらが届けられたお荷物ですけど。
She hands me a narrow wooden box, about 20 centimeters in length. It's light.
琥珀さん、俺はこんなの見たこともないんだけど。
In that case, how you doing?
四季さんのお父様の遺品とのことですけど、四季さんに譲られるようにと遺言があったとか。
Huh.
あの親父が俺に？
That hardly seems real. Why would the man who forced me out 7 years ago leave me something in his will?
まあいいや。琥珀さん、これ部屋に置いておいて。
Her eyes are fixated on the box, curiosity plastered all over her face. She's like, "Open it right now, come on." She's like a kid staring at a birthday present.
じ
Gee. Or maybe she is a kid.
わかりました。中身が気になるんですね、琥珀さんは。
そんなことはないですよ。
Clueless?
ただどんな贈り物なのか興味があるだけで。
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
なら開けてみましょう。せーの。
It's gonna be a glitter bomb. It's like XD. The box opens with a dry clack. Oh. Inside is a thin iron shaft, about 15 centimeters long. Is that a handle for something?
鉄の棒だ。
Nani? It's a plain thing, unadorned, but it seems to show signs of heavy use. My father must have really not cared for me if he left me something like this. And I seem to recall the rod he used being thicker and even less decorated.
違いますよ、四季さん。これ果物ナイフなんじゃないでしょうか。
Knife, huh? Classy. Kohaku takes the iron shaft out of the box.
ほら、飛び出しナイフってあるじゃないですか。あれと同じみたいです。せーの。はい。
Whoa. With the metallic noise, a 10 centimeter blade shoots out. Huh, it really is a knife.
中の構造は今風のようですが、外側は随分と古いものみたいですね。ほら、裏に年号も書かれています。
She retracts the blade and hands me the knife. She's right, there's a number just below the grip. The character for 7 read Nana or Shichi, and the character for night, Yoru or Ya.
姉さん、これ年号じゃない。
True.
七つ夜と書かれているだけよ。
7 nights. I look back to see Sui standing directly behind me, sneaking a glimpse at the knife.
びっくりした。脅かさないでくれ、翡翠。そんな後ろから覗かなくても、見たければ、ほら。
失礼いたしました。その担当があまりに綺麗でしたから。
Wow.
つい。
Well, this is different for her. She likes knives, I guess. Wow.
綺麗？これ、綺麗って言うかな。どっちかっていうと鈍いというか、古臭い感じだけど。
そんなことはありません。由緒正しい鼓動だと思います。
Damn.
そうなの？ 俺にはガラクタにしか見えないけど。
He doesn't get it, man. Seeing Hisui so resolute about it has stirred my own curiosity. Yeah, not a bad memento now that I look at it.
7つ夜ですか。その果物ナイフの名前でしょうかね。
I don't think many people would bother naming a knife, but it does seem like a relic from a different time. Use it as a catalyst to summon a servant. I'm joking. I stow it away in my bag. It may technically be against the law to carry it around, but one day couldn't hurt. I'll brag to Arihiko about it. Though that depends on if he actually comes to school or not. Is he actually bringing it to school though? Ooh, isn't that kind of monka?
シキ様、お時間はよろしいのですか？
まずい、そろそろ行かないと間に合わないか。それじゃあ琥珀さん、届け物ありがとう。
School time. Kohaku waves as we leave. I notice a commotion nearby after we exit the main gate.
なんだろう、なんかあっちの方騒がしくないか。
それが今朝方あちらの路面で血痕が発見されたそう
Surely
です。
nothing to do with his, walk yesterday or what he saw.
血痕？血の跡ってことか。
はい、
Surely not the same corner
屋
either.
敷の塀にも血の跡がありました。
Mm.
シキ様がお眠りの間、警察の方々が昨夜の様子を尋ねにいらしたようです。
それって人が死んでたとか？
いえ、発見されたのは血の跡だけだそうです。
Mm. The dog disappeared. The road on the east side of the estate. That's where I went to look last night. Monka Giga. Blood. A crimson red that stains anything it touches. I don't remember seeing anything that vivid last night. The only things here were the black of night and the biting cold. The warmth of blood was nowhere to be found.
シキ様、
いや、なんでもない。それじゃあ行ってくるよ。見送りありがとう。
行ってらっしゃいませ。どうかみちみちお気をつけて。
She bows deeply. All I'm doing is going to school, but I suppose this is her way of showing concern for my condition.
ありがとう。なるべく気をつける。翡翠も気をつけて。
I thank her as I wave goodbye and leave the front gate behind. Okay. School. It's just before homeroom. The classroom is as lively as always. The boys and girls are still locked in battle over Ms. Noel. Oh yeah, she was a new character as well. She was fucking wild, what the hell? I remember that conversation now between her and Shiki. What the hell was that? That was sussy as hell, dude. There's something up with her. And I don't know what it is yet, but that was weird. Thankfully, I don't belong to either camp. I amble over to my desk in the middle of no man's land and...
Yo! 遅いぞ、殿!
Waiting at my window-side desk is someone who looks totally out of place in the morning. Not only that...
おはようございます、トーナくん。
Wow. He's with someone even more unexpected.
先輩、なんでうちの教室に？
あれ？そんなに珍しいことですか？トーナくんが教室にいるかなってちょっと寄ってみただけですけど。
Wow, she's already very, close to him, huh?
珍しいことです。普通、上級生は下級生のクラスには来ませんよ。下級生のクラスとか、もろ異分子って感じで恥ずかしいじゃないですか。
そうですか？トーナくん、割と細かいところに気が利くんですね。でも私はへっちゃらですよ。 みんな同じ学校の人たちですから。
What a saint. I'm at a loss for words.
いや、それでも3年と2年じゃ距離が離れすぎです。ホームルーム遅刻しても知りませんよ。
She nods seriously.
その点でも大丈夫です。私こう見えても走るのは早いんです。下の階の自分のクラスまで1分もかかりません。
She puffs out her chest with pride. Though tough in both body and soul.
お前も口やかましいな、トノ。いいじゃんか、先輩が好きで来てるんだからさ。
Arihiko, being himself, is just sitting on my desk without a care in the world, fully immersed in his chat with CL. My guy is immediately making moves.
いいけど。じゃあホームルームが始まる2分前になったら自分のクラスに帰らないとダメだよ、先輩。
Suddenly feeling a wave of fatigue, I voice my discontent and sit down.
乾くん、遠野くんはご機嫌斜めみたいですね。
ああ、引っ越し先の生活が性に合わなくて感触を起こしてると見ました。遠野は大抵のことは気にしないんですけどね。なんかよくわからないことがあると暴れ出す悪癖があるんですよ。
そうなんですか？遠野くん、あんまり怒りそうにないですけど。
いや、そんなことないんだな、これが。遠野はおとなしそうに見えるだけで爆発するときは爆発するんすよ。割と頻繁にパチッと。
はあ、パチッですか。
そうそう、一度切れると見境がなくなるから、先輩もこいつを信用しちゃダメだぜ。
Arihiko and CL continue whispering in front of me.
あのさ、内緒話なら廊下でしてくれないか。人の机でそういうことされても丸聞こえで頭痛いんだけど。
なんと聞こえていたというのか、遠野。
Caught? Yeah, I can. I didn't just hear you. I could also see when you tried to slip a hand around CL's waist under the guise of having your little discussion, and how she immediately slapped it away. Hey, yo, what the hell, bro? What are you doing? If anything, I'm less angry and more disappointed at that sham of a performance. God damn, dude. CL is covering her mouth with her hands, unsure of how serious we are. She may have actually intended to trade secrets.
おう、これだから文系のメガネ君は俺と先輩のラ・マンな話を盗み聞くとか哀れにも程がありますな。そんなに日々欲求不満なんですか？新しい妹様はそんなに美人なんですか？今度
Dude, I
紹介
kinda
してくれますか？
hope he never gets to see Akiha or he will go full on simp mode. Bruh.
アリヒコ、要するに俺に喧嘩を売ってるんだな。
そんなわけないだろう。俺と遠野は輝かしい友人じゃないか。気に食わなけりゃ親とだって殴り合うが、親友とだけは戦わないってのがポリシーなわけ。基本今日に生きる男なんだ俺。
Well, he's certainly a character. Wow. A code that puts classmates over your own parents? That's messed up.
なるほど。腐ってるな、お前のポリシーは。
なんだ元気のないふりしやがって。根はいつもの遠野じゃんか。たく心配して損したぜ。
My bud pats me hard on the back.
お前、もしかして気を使ってたのか？
ばっかそんなつまんないこと聞くなっての。こういうのはさりげなくやるのが美徳じゃないのさ。
He thwaps my back some more. I've known him for a long time, but there's still a lot about him that surprises me.
それで新しい家はどうなんだ？見たところヘビーにストレス溜まってそうじゃんか。
さあ、どうだろう。とりあえず昨日は妙な夢を見て、家の人たちに白い目
I actually had a really weird dream last night as well, and it was actually kind of morbid. I only remember like only a little bit of it at this point, but It was weird, dude.
そうか。それは災難だな。
He nods in sympathy. I turn to the source of the silence. CL is watching our stupid conversation unfold with a serious look on her face.
先輩？
遠野くん、やっぱり乾くんと仲がいいんですね。
本気ですか先輩？今のを見てそう思えるなんて。そのメガネは度が合ってないですね。
Hey Mordred, how you doing?
そんなことないです。遠野くん、乾くんの前だと気を抜いてるじゃないですか。無謀。
For some reason, a bright smile stretches across her face. Arihiko and I look at each other and tilt our heads.
羨ましいな。そうやって何の気負いもなしで分かり合える友人がいるのって憧れます。
She lets out a sigh of genuine admiration.
そうか。
Hey Dragon. Arihiko and I grimace in unison.
そろそろ時間ですね。私は戻りますけど、遠野くん、今朝のニュース見ましたか？
Is migraine all good, Chido? Mostly, yeah. I'm still taking it pretty easy, that's why I'm not doing Armored Core 6 today, but I just didn't want to cancel the whole stream. So I was like, we'll just do, Tsukihime because it's chill. So to at least stream something today.
と、忙しくて忘れてた。まだ見てません。
The news, huh?
そうですか。それじゃあ率直に聞きますけど、今朝のニュースで大きなお屋敷が映っていました。あれって遠野くんのお家ですか？
No mold at least. It would be kind of weird if I actually molded on a VN, yeah. Maybe if it's like in a route that's impossible to find and there wouldn't be like a flowchart or a guide, I would be like, what do I have to press? I don't know, that's one example I can maybe think of, but even then it would be kind of surreal. Store-related mold. True. If something really upsetting happens, I'll I can get sad or upset about it. Hisui did mention that the police came around and asked some questions.
ああ、それはきっとうちのことかもですね。今朝警察が話を聞きに来たって言ってたし。
そうですか。遠野くん、あんまり夜遊びしちゃダメですよ。
CL dashes out of the room. We watch her leave in silence.
さて、なあトン。
Is he gonna ask about CL now? He's interested. Let's see.
なんだよ。つまんないことなら聞かないからな。
Yeah. That's how Kagetsu Toya is, really now? Okay. Fun times ahead, I guess.
つまらなくはないぞ。大きな疑問として、お前はいつの間に先輩の方から会いに来るほど親しくなってたんだ？
Hey yo.
俺に聞かれても返答に困る。話をするようになったのはここ最近だし、今日だって単なる気まぐれなんじゃないか。そういうお前だって親しそうだったじゃないか。
I mean, that's what he would want, at least.
そうでもない。俺は7日もかけてやっと名前を覚えてもらったレベルだよ。
Poor guy. It's like whole other actually, but even way more jank. Damn, that's probably really bad then.
ほう、そりゃ珍しい。一日でなびかない女はめんどくさいから相手にしないってのもお前のポリシーじゃなかったっけ？
波の女はな。だが先輩は別。秘密にしていたんだが、実のところ俺の好みはだな。
Sure, dude.
メガネの似合う上級生だって言うんだろ。
He blushes.
わかりましたか親友。
わかるよ。眉唾だけど先輩が言うには俺たち親友らしいし。先輩は本気で可愛いしな。あの人と話して好意を持たない方がおかしい。
Damn, okay.
俺だってそうだ。
MC maybe not the most densest guy of all time. He realizes it. He's like, yeah, she's cute. Yeah, I totally fall for her. Wow. Points. How about that?
そうかそうか。遠野も先輩の良さがわかるのか。って何ですと？
Well,
親友なら気が合うものだし、何より趣味も似通うもんだろう。
damn, he's like, yeah, we're so similar,
かぶり
bro.
になっても不思議じゃない。
Head shake. Our eyes meet. After a brief but meaningful moment, Arihiko nods solemnly.
短い友情だったな、遠野。
Damn, really, bro? He's gonna be like, oh, they like the same girl. It's Jover now. Come on, dude. Sinking ship.
ああ、まったくだ。
What the hell? I send him off with a wave. How funny would it be if you never saw him for the rest of this VN now? They just did it for that one gag. It was like, hey, he's gone now. Goodbye. It was fun while it lasted. Just then the bell for homeroom rings. It would be pretty funny though. Okay, silence. Morning classes end and lunch break begins. Where should I grab lunch? Classroom, cafeteria. I feel like I should probably go to the cafeteria again, if anything. Because there's probably not much happening in this classroom. Probably just Arihiko, if he's even here. Let's just go out. Cafeteria. It's bustling. Well, not much to see, I guess. I eat in the cafeteria and return to the classroom. There is still some time before 5th period. The only people in the room are a couple of guys and a friendly group of girls.
あれ
I only just realized Yumizuka isn't with the girls. She's one of the top 3 standouts in the class, if not at the absolute top. It's strange not seeing her there.
欠席だったのかな。
I can't believe I only just noticed. I like to think I'm a little more perceptive than that. Our teacher didn't mention anything, so it must just be a cold or something. Well then. Okay. 5th period begins. I fight off the temptation of sleep as I scribble down notes during our classic literature class. Our school still doesn't allow note-taking on devices. They've said they'll switch to using tablets eventually, but it seems like it's gonna take another couple of years. Either way, people rarely get into trouble for using their phones in class. It's one of those unspoken agreements. There are plenty of students who use their phones to check their texts, look up information, or just browse the internet. I've always preferred doing things the old-fashioned way, so I write everything by hand. Cool. Flashbang! It comes on without warning, a heightened, accelerated sense of awareness. My vision begins to bend, folding and twisting around a single point. My sense of equilibrium shifts, as if my brain were spinning on its axis. Everything morphs into a blurred mess. It feels like something is lurking at the back of my head, trying to drive me out of my own skull. And this sounds brutal, dude. I know this feeling. This is the dizzy spell right before my anemia hits. I should have seen this coming. I always knew this was a possibility. Damn it, this hardly ever happens. But I'm going to pass out in class. Darkness shrouds my vision. I fumble for my desk, grabbing the side of it to steady myself. But it doesn't help. I can't put any strength into my fingers. All I can do is brace for the fall. Hey, yo.
先生、ちょっといいっすか？
Looks like he's a bro after all. Just when I expect to lose control, I feel a hearty slap on my back.
遠野のやつ、調子が悪そうなんで保健室に連れて行きたいんですけど。
Before I know it, Arihiko is standing at my side.
殿、具合が悪いのか？
I hear the teacher speaking to me from the front of the room.
いえ、 これぐらい平気で。
ああ、全然ダメだそうです。こりゃ早退させた方がいいんじゃないですか。
His booming voice overshadows my attempt at a reply.
そうか。先生も遠野の体のことは聞いている。遠野、体調が優れないなら保健室で休むか早退して帰っていいんだぞ。
Wow. I can't tell if he's just nice to a fault. He seems to have believed Arihiko wholeheartedly.
ほら、帰っていいとよ。そんな青い顔しやがって。まずいと思ったらすぐに言わねえとわからねえだろうが。
Bro status may be restored. He scowls and slaps me across the back.
それじゃあ、早退させてもらいます、先生。
The teacher nods approvingly.
悪い、アリヒコ。いらない心配をかけさ
He
せ
has
た。
ligma, true. It's a nasty disease, bro. It really is. That's why becoming a streamer is the worst idea, because it's this disease that always catches every streamer.
気にすんな。中学からの腐れ縁だからな。
It's not easy living with
お前
ligma.
が貧血でぶっ倒れそうな雰囲気ってのはすぐにわかんだよ。
He returns to his seat. Somehow I get up from my seat and carry myself out of the room. I exit the school. I decided to pass on resting in the nurse's office. At this time of day, there is a good chance I'd just end up sleeping until dark. Instead, I decided it would be better to make the trip back to the mansion.
ちょっとは楽になってきたかな。
Hey Gaunt, how you doing? It must be thanks to the fresh air. 7 years ago, I survived a life-threatening injury, and the price I paid is my chronic anemia. When I first left the hospital, I used to collapse just about every day. And while I've lost a lot of opportunities from this, I've never felt like I missed out on anything important, thanks to the support of the people around me. After reaching adolescence, most of my symptoms stopped surfacing, at least, as long as I didn't move around too much. Though every now and again, I'll still get dizzy and lose consciousness for no reason. I'm lucky Arihiko was around today. I probably would have fallen on my face if he weren't. I breathe deeply, sending a volley of fresh air into my lungs. Struggling against the dull water swirling in my head, I make my way from school. I turn onto the street leading to the station. I don't believe it. Part of my brain must still be spacing out. By force of habit, I almost went through the ticket gate. I don't live with the Arimas anymore. I live in the Tono mansion now. There's no need for me to catch a train. Oh, it's back. I still don't feel well. I put a hand to my forehead and realize I have a slight fever. No point in heading home if I'm gonna pass out on the street before I get there.
しょうがないな。ほんと。
Disappointed by my own frailty, I carefully prop myself down on a bench. Maybe I'll just rest here until I feel better. Absent-mindedly, I watch the crowds in front of the station. It's just past 2 in the afternoon. The city is as busy as ever. People stream past in waves. Each and every one of them is far too absorbed in reaching their destination to bother looking at who's around them. The place is swarming with people, yet everyone's too immersed in their own little world to notice. They're each the main character in their own story. Today is just another day in the story of their lives. Despite seeing perfectly well, they spend every waking moment in willful ignorance. Their days never intersect, nor do their respective paths deviate. Preferring to expend as little effort as possible to reap the most basic level of comfort. It seems people have chosen a life of individualism to only interact when absolutely necessary. I don't know if it's my fever, but something has me feeling sentimental.
帰ろ
I'm feeling better anyway. And the longer I sit here, the longer I'll dwell on this stuff. Lifting myself from the bench, I join the masses. I start for the mansion, my head still heavy from the anemia. Right now, all I want to do is lock myself in my room, close my eyes, take off my glasses, and just breathe. Oh, we get a picture. Oh. Oh. I was wondering why we just got a shot of him and then that happened. Oh, is that a different font too? Until I see her. Hello. Whoa. Is this? I think it's a different font. I'm not going crazy, right? Oh, the music though. Mysterious. I'm almost certain time itself has stopped. Every part of me is being drawn in. The moment forever imprinting itself onto my memory. Whoa. Is this a thumbnail shot? One of many possibilities. This is a bit centered. I prefer if one of the sides was used instead. But let's see. This could be one. Golden hair, crimson eyes, white clothes against porcelain skin, pure as driven snow, not a blemish to be found, like a sacred summit yet untainted by man. My pulse skyrockets, bodily rhythms go haywire, my veins and arteries dilate, every nerve in my body fires as this phantasm feverishly warms my spinal cord. To say I'm captivated would be an understatement. I stopped walking what feels like ages ago. As she leaves my peripheral vision, I turn around to not lose sight of her. She's gone. Oh, nope. I realize I haven't been breathing. I feel nauseous. I can't breathe. The pain is unbearable. I can't remember how to breathe. My throat is on fire. My eyes feel like they're about to burst. My palms are slippery. Yet, deprived of blood, my fingertips are so cold they're numb. Me when I saw Summer Suzuka. Fuck off, dude. I'm drenched in sweat. I recall that I'm still an animal, still alive. That gets me breathing again. But my will... I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, that's the normal font. I didn't choose anything. All I wanted was to go home. My will snaps like a tightrope, and I plunge into the depths below. Did he faint? Is he okay? Nope. I have to follow her. I have to follow that woman. I have to follow her. Follow her and speak with her. Dragging my frozen feet. I pant like a blank. I follow after my fair prey. The woman walks slowly. She has no idea I exist. Questions, one after another, graze the back of my mind. She doesn't know I exist? That's so goddamn stupid. Could she be the one? She hasn't noticed me yet. She must be returning from something. Must be. She's probably exhausted, out of strength, which means this is it. My chance, or to blank her, for sure. Yo. Oh my god, it's backwards now. I want to taste this ripened fruit. Oh my god. He's fully like charmed or something. What the hell is happening? When was I last satiated? I want to pursue her to tear her apart. Not for self-gratification or mere sex, something more primal. I want to savor her to bring her low. I can't remember. I still... Every fiber of my being wants to blank her. I can't remember the first time. This is a fucked up dog. What is this, bro? I sigh, but the breath doesn't feel like mine. I claw at my chest to stem my emotions from bursting. The woman weaves through the crowd, looking delectable. My throat is on fire. I haven't been breathing. What about it? Of course I haven't. A blank like that would get anyone going. I take it out of my bag and slide it into my pocket as I walk. My fingers trace along the iron. Whoa, he's got the knife. I can't believe my luck. I even have the necessary tools. So he wants to kind of kill her? Incredible, I'm so close. Our secret rendezvous has me nearly over the edge. I should keep my distance, so she doesn't notice. So no one gets in my way. We're total strangers, so I need to track her scent as naturally as I can. She enters an apartment complex. Automatic glass doors, tight security. Non-residents can't even enter the lobby. I wrap around to the emergency exit, stash my jacket in the shadows, cut, enter. The lobby is empty. I look at the elevator. The light is stopped at the top floor. Click. I call the elevator with the button. Enter. Dude, this is some creepy Japanese slasher pasta in the making here. What the hell? I shiver as soon as I cross the threshold. Her scent remains, causing my lips to curl. This is exciting. Caged in this cramped box, I grip the weapon in my pocket and wait. She's so close. In just a few moments, I can finally blank her. Exit the elevator. The hall should be empty. I vacate the box. To the other end of the corridor, still empty. I can't think. Only a single word lingers in my brain. Woman. That woman. I'm going to... I arrive at the third room. This is the one. All the other rooms are empty. Are you sure? I'm sure. All animals have a decent sense of smell. Whether we like it or not. Some have simply forgotten how to use it. Pitiful, unforgivable, worthless. Civilization's obsession with compassion has instead dealt us an invisible fatal blow. I move to ring the bell, but stop myself. My glasses are in the way. I can't do anything unless I take them off.
いい?
Oh,
決して軽はずみな気持ちで物を見ちゃダメだからね。
this is Alk, right? He remembers. A woman said that to me long ago. Right now, I can't remember her name or what she looked like. I slowly remove my glasses. The lines squirm, wrinkling my vision. Even I don't understand. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? What does Tonoshiki want to do to that woman? I don't know. I don't know. So I ring the bell.
はい。
I hear a voice. The door opens. In that instant, I slide through the gap and into the room. The woman tries to speak, but it's too late. Never will I hear the voice of the woman I so craved. Everything is finished before it can reach me. The sound of metal on metal rings the moment I enter the room. Was it the sound of the door? The grinding of my thoughts? A siren signaling the end? All wrong. Then what is it? The answer is obvious. There's only one thing it could be. It's the climaxing sigh of my knife leaving its sheath. Shit, dude. I pass through the lines running across the woman's body. I stab, I cut, I slice, I carve. Severing piece after piece until nothing is left untouched by death. All in all, 17 lines across her body. Throat, back of the head, right eye to the lips, right upper arm, right forearm, right ring finger, left elbow, left thumb, middle finger, left breast, lower rib cage to the heart, 2 from the stomach to the belly, inner left thigh, outer thigh, left shin, across the toes, on the left foot. It takes less than a second, no longer than a mere passing glance. In the blink of an eye, it's over. She is dismembered into 17 lumps of flesh. Oof. Oh my god! Oh my god, they show... Oh my god! Jesus! Holy shit, dude. Was this in the original too? Like this graphic? Like, I mean, not this version, but like, was the CG there as well? Jesus. This really is like one of those Japanese slasher horror pasta thingies. What the hell? I would never put this to thumbnail. It's way too spoiler. I would only use spoiler-free thumbnails. But man, holy crap, dude. Holy crap. It's only told. Okay, wow. That's brutal. What the hell? Huh? A dumbstruck voice reaches my ears. The reality hasn't set in, that voice belongs to me.
This is but a scratch.
Ooh, that's fricked up. I feel another flurry of dizziness take hold. Chunks of something are scattered in front of me. The marble floor is covered in an ever-expanding red liquid, like someone tipped over a bucket. The smell of blood assaults my nostrils. No entrails have been spilled. The cuts are clean. But a red mess creeps steadily over the ground. It's strange. There's nothing in the room except for me and the woman's scattered remains. The pool is a vivid crimson. The knife is still in my hand. Of course she is. No human could survive something like this. Who gives a shit about the why? Just now, with his own 2 hands, Tonoshiki butchered a woman he's never seen before in his life. I must have. Or am I wrong? But I don't have a reason. So this can't be. It can't. I never had a reason to do this. So this can't be. It can't. I'm the only one here. Someone else might have been here before, but I'm the only one left alive. So this can't be. It can't. No. I had no reason to. I didn't mean to. I wasn't in my right mind. Maybe I never was. So this can't be. It can't. It can. It can. It can't. The pool of red continues to swell, a slow, slick wave. It's almost at my feet now. I try to lift my feet, but it's too late. The woman's red blood is viscous like tar. threads stretch from the floor, clinging to my erased soul. Ah, red blood. It's oozing red because you butchered her.
俺じゃ
This music is creepy. That's right. It wasn't me. It can't have been. It wasn't me. This must be... Oh my god, it's a choice at this point. You're kidding me, bro. Holy crap. It's a red safe 5.5. Oh my god.
It happened. Myst finally witnessed Tsukihime.
Yo, Doctor, thanks for the 2 months, bud. Welcome back to the Go Gang. Thank you, man, for the resub. No, this is the reality that I've created, bro. Where's my controller? It's not working. Wait, can I not pick number 2? I'm trying, but I can't. Is that on purpose? Oh, it is. My controller is working. I was trying to go down, but I can't change. I assume that's on purpose. I just realized. I thought I ran out of batteries, but no, I literally can't pick number 2. Okay. I guess this is some kind of bad dream. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. So it wasn't a choice, yeah? That's it. This is just a terrible dream. But for some reason, the smell of blood feels so fresh. So real.
違う
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, you didn't kill her? Or no, you did kill her?
だって理由が
Of course you had a reason. When you saw her, you could only think of one thing.
俺は
Yes, I... Onoshiki wanted to kill that woman. In that moment, that was all that mattered. My mind had just melted away, so I couldn't put it into words.
違う
The stench of blood is making me sick to my stomach. The contents of my stomach flow up. Crimson seeps into my eyes. My head spins. I kneel in the sea of blood. Bile rushes up my throat. I empty the contents of my stomach. Sobbing, I throw up every last bit of food, every last bit of fluid in my body. There is nothing left in me. But as if to deny what had happened, to undo everything and turn back time, my body forcibly continues to heave. It hurts. My innards feel like they are burning. Tears continue to stream down my face, and I collapse onto the ground like garbage. That's sploosh though. I am awash in red. Pain seeps through me as I see crimson everywhere. It all feels like a dream. My tears keep spilling. I'm miserable because I killed someone. No, that's not right. I mercilessly butchered someone for no reason whatsoever. I turned her body into chunks of flesh in a flash. I don't understand what's happening. Why do I feel like this? Why did I kill her for no reason? I don't understand. None of this feels like reality. Yeah, I had one of my usual disease spells, and I've been dreaming this whole time. How can just one little knife do this to a person? Even with a butcher's saw, I'm pretty sure this should have taken all day. This can't be possible with just a knife. Those lines never existed in the first place. I've been fooling myself into thinking. Bile drips from my lips. I'm covered in it from my chin down. There is crimson mixed in. My stomach, despite being empty, continues to squirm and contract, causing my esophagus and throat to bleed. It hurts. That's how I know. This isn't a dream. I'm just lying to myself.
全部嘘だ
I knew all along. I craved the woman from the moment I saw her. The same goes for my eyes. I knew the lines meant I could cut anything I see like paper, and I knew deep down that this applied to humans as well, but I never gave it a second thought. I was intent on living on an ordinary life. If I was capable of killing a person like this, I should have gouged my eyes out, or at least shunned human contact.
ごめん、先生。
I'm so sorry. It was such a simple promise, yet I couldn't keep my word.
俺はまだ
Aware?
まともな
I don't know. The impulse that was so strong just moments ago seems to have faded entirely. But the thought of fighting the urge didn't even cross my mind.
この女を殺す。
As if it were perfectly natural, I followed through, thinking nothing else. So the answer is simple. I must be insane. It probably began 7 years ago. Ever since the accident that should have killed me. Ever since I miraculously returned from the brink of death. Game over. Rain. I hear the distant sound of rain. The long and gentle hiss of rainfall touching down. My head is hazy. My throat aches with every breath. I can't help but wince.
シキ様。
Oh, it's Hisui. Suddenly I sense a person, a voice by my side. Oh, he's back home.
自分の部屋だ。
I find myself lying in my own bed. Good old familiar ceiling moment, am I right, fellow Evangelion enjoyers? I put on the glasses that are placed next to my pillow.
おはようございます、シキ様。
翡翠。
はい。お体の具合はいかがでしょうか。
What a crazy day, what the hell, man? What a strange question to ask. How am I feeling? Why would I... Oh, he remembers.
なん。
That's a good question. Why? Am I sleeping here?
俺は人を殺し。
I stop short of saying it. The reasoning part of me hits the brakes, impelling me not to utter that word.
翡翠。俺、どうしてここに。
覚えていらっしゃらないのですか、シキ様。
Huh? She furrows her brow ever so slightly.
学校の方からシキ様は早退したというお電話がありました。ですが夕方になっても帰ってこられず、姉が探しに行ったところ、公
Hard,
園に
huh?
お休みになっていた
So
そ
I
うです。
guess he got out of the apartment at some point and then maybe fainted there. I'm gonna caffeinate it. Dude, that was crazy. What the hell?
公園って近くの公園。
God damn, dude. Oof.
はい。シキ様はベンチで休まれており、その後、ご自分の足で屋敷までお帰りになられました。
So he even walked back, huh?
嘘だろ。そんな覚え全くないんだけど。
シキ様の記憶が定かではないのは、そうおかしなことではないと思います。貧血による衰弱で、シキ様は意識が混濁していたようなので。
I don't remember anything. Still, I can't deny any of what Hisui has told me.
ああ、もう夜の9時なんだ。全然記憶にないや。
Thumbnail shot. I probably have to use the side shot of blonde woman. I'm not gonna use that shot though. That, you know, that spoiler part. Because I assume everyone knows what scene it is if I just use the side shot, you know, of her face. And that's a spoiler-free thumbnail anyway.
眠りたいとだけ告げてお部屋で休まれたのです。
Hello, Seth.
お医者様をお呼びしようとしたのですが、
Whew.
シキ様はいつものことだからと。
そうか。確かに貧血で倒れるのはいつものことだけど。
But this time was different. I killed someone. No, wait.
翡翠、俺どんな格好をしてたんだ？
Yeah, he must have blood all over him, right? Because he was like in the pool at the end.
は？
だから服装、俺のシャツとか靴とか、その血で。
They should have been soaked in it.
シキ様の制服でしたら汚れていましたので
Dirty,
洗
but
濯をして
dirty
おり
with
ま
what?
洗濯ってあんな血だらけの服を？
せん。確かに泥にまみれてはおりましたが、
No
血液らしきものは
blood.
ありませんでした。それに汚れていたの
Well,
は
that's
シャ
a
ツとズボ
bit
ンだけ
odd.
で、上着は特に何も。
That can't be right. I was kneeling in a sea of blood. My arms and legs should have been stained red.
シキ様、何か良くない夢でも見られていたのですか？先ほどまでうなされていたようですし、今もお顔の色が優れません。
She looks directly at me.
夢って、あれが。
Could it have been a dream? Oh, that sensation. Jesus, they show it again. That smell of blood. That woman in white, a miracle given flesh.
いや、そうだよな。あんなのは悪い夢だ。
You went away for 10 minutes, what happened? A lot of stuff happened. I let out a relieved sigh. That's right. It was nothing more than a horrible dream. I'd never do something that would break my promise with Master, especially without a decent reason.
目が覚めた。
シキ様のご気分さえよろしければ、夕食の支度をいたします。
いや、夕食は。
I know it was only a dream, but I still can't get the color or smell of blood out of my head.
ごめん、いらない。今晩はこのまま眠ることにする。それより翡翠。
はい。何でしょうか、シキ様。
そのさ、俺夕方に帰ってきたらしいけど、秋葉はなんて言ってた？
秋葉様ならその時間はお帰りになられてはおりませんでした。2時間ほど前にお帰りになられた折、シキ様のご容体をお伝えしておきました。
Excuse me. Fuck. She gives me an inquisitive look as if to say, What about it?
いや、別に何でもないんだ。帰ってきてまだ3日目なのに迷惑をかけて呆れてるだろうなって。
確かに秋葉様はご気分を害されておりましたが、呆れているというわけではなさそうでした。
She takes a step back after she speaks.
それでは失礼します。何かご用がおありでしたらお呼びください。
ああ、ありがとう。もう一つ聞き忘れてた。
はい。何でしょう、シキ様。
外、雨が降ってるんだね。いつから降り始めたのかな、これ。
シキ様がお帰りになられる前からです。姉が見つけたとき、シキ様は雨に濡れていたとのことです。
Really? I don't remember that either. I guess my anemia was particularly bad this time. I should have just rested at school.
おやすみ。今日は本当にすまない。琥珀さんにもお礼を伝えておいてくれ。
Yeah, maybe the rain washed his clothes or something.
かしこまりました。 それではおやすみなさいませ。
夢だったんだ。
The words feel bleak coming from my lips. Nothing feels real. Not the horrible dream, nor the fact that it was a dream. The rain outside falls hard. My head is still a little heavy. I peer at my chest. My scar from 7 years ago stand out starkly against my skin, like burn marks. Oh. The knife my father left me is sitting on the desk in my room. It was a dream. There's no way it was anything else. I repeat those words in my head to convince myself and close my eyes. I exhale deeply, like I'm trying to expel some deep-seated odor from my lungs. My consciousness fades, and I'm ushered into a deep, dark slumber. When I was a child, I remember someone urging me to never tell a lie I didn't believe myself. Save progress. Wait, this is the end of day 3? Oh. Interesting. Damn. Well, that was something. We still have time to start day 4, Fire and Blood 1. No, it's a 2-parter or more. Based on the 1, I assume. Okay. Wow. First, one of those. What do I think of Shiki so far? I don't really have a good grasp of him. He feels mostly normal, but I really don't know after that previous thing. There's something going on for sure. I wake to see a dull grey morning light. It's quite quiet. Even the pitter-patter of the rain is nowhere to be heard. The sky is still blanketed in clouds despite the rain having ceased. After taking one last deep breath, I heave myself off the bed. I could barely sleep last night. Whenever I thought I might drift off, the scene I witnessed would play out in the back of my mind. At times like this, possessing memories or clarity of thought can really be a pain. Just when you've got something you'd like to forget, your mind drags you back to relive the experience all over again. Exactly, it was all just a dream. I'd like my brain to hurry and forget about it already. There's a knock at the door. The clock tells me it's just before 6 a.m. Who'd come knocking this early in the morning?
失礼いたしま。四季様。
Whoa.
申し訳ありません。お目覚めでいらしたのですね。
いや、こっちこそ驚かせてごめん。昨日の夕方から寝ていたから早く目を覚ましたんだ。それで翡翠の方こそどうしたんだ？こんな早くから何かあったのか？
She falls silent and gives me a hesitant look. Upon closer inspection, I realize she's cradling my freshly laundered clothing for the day.
着替えを持ってきてくれたのか？
はい。重ねて申し訳ありません。お見苦しいところをお見せしました。
I eye her quizzically. She stays silent. I don't recall seeing anything I'd describe as unbecoming, but I decide not to push the matter. Did he forget about something else too?
とにかくありがとう。制服はそこに置いていいよ。すぐに着替えて居間に行くから。
はい。それでは失礼します。
She quietly heads for the door, but stops just short of it. She swiftly turns to face me again.
四季様。お時間があるのでしたら、入浴の用意もいたしますが。
入浴って朝から？
はい。四季様はひどく汚れています。学校に行く前にお体を流された方がよろしいのではないでしょうか。
Now that she mentions it, I am a miss. Which isn't much of a surprise considering I passed out in the middle of a park yesterday.
そうだな。悪いけど用意してくれる？
I don't like the game so far. It reminds me a lot about Mahoyoru, in the sense that it's very interesting and I like the mystery side. It's a bit more brutal so far, at least, right, because of this session mostly. But yeah, there's a lot of similarities in vibes between these two games for sure. Still definitely different though.
この時間なら学校にも十分間に合うし。
かしこまりました。では、20分ほど経ちましたら浴場においでください。
This is still tame compared to OG. Yeah, but the OG didn't even have that graphic, right? So I feel like this is more brutal, at least that part was. If people were telling the truth. They said OG doesn't have that graphic of that incident just now. So that alone would make this more brutal. But maybe there's some other stuff, of course. No spoilers, of course. But yeah, based on so far, this sounds more brutal, if anything. Isn't Mahoyo kind of closer to Slice of Life per se? Not really. I mean, there's quite a bit of it, yeah, but still has like an overarching plot. You prefer Mahoyo over Tsukihime? Well, we'll see what I feel like at the end of this. But also, this is not a complete thing anyway, right? Because they're still at the, what is the Red Garden thing coming? So we'll see. Hisui places the uniform down, then leaves the room. It's still only 6 a.m. With nothing else to do, I spent 20 minutes idly staring at the ceiling. Descriptions in the OG weren't pulling punches. Well, I feel like, dude, with the way he described every part of the body that he also, like, you know, slashed, I feel like that was already visceral as fuck. So I feel like you don't really even go much deeper than that, or have to, you know, get the point across of how brutal this shit was. But maybe that's just me. Story is very incomplete without the Red Garden thing, yeah. The thoughts throbbing at the back of my mind are washed away by the water. Seated beside the bathtub, I append the bucket over my head and take a deep breath as the chilly water soaks through my hair. That was such a horrible dream. Why would I even dream about murdering some woman I've never seen before? You know what's fucked up? I think I mentioned it before this happened in this playthrough, but I mentioned yesterday I had a weird dream as well. Like I had a morbid dream. I never told you what it was. But it's not even, it's so much similar to this, which is really fucking weird now that this actually happened in this game. That's so weird now that I think about it in hindsight. Well, I might as well mention it now. I don't remember, again, I forgot most of the stuff about the dream, but I do remember that in the dream, I think I ended up killing someone, which may have not been intentional though. It was like some kind of an accident or something, and then it's, you know, people thought it was like murder in cold blood or something, and then they tried to find out who it is. And I was invited to like a thing, like with a bunch of suspects or something, and then they thought they got me, but then somehow at the end I managed to shift the blame on the person blaming me, and I got away with it. But it wasn't even like, it was kind of an accident anyways, or it was a misunderstanding or something. Something like that. It was such a weird, morbid dream. Kind of, I think it still qualifies as a nightmare. It was so weird. Dreaming about being a dunk again. No, but it wasn't intentional. I think the murder was, like, me killing someone was accidental. I don't remember what happened, though. Most of the stuff from the dream, I don't remember anymore. But there was something about me getting away with it. Even though it wasn't even, like, cold-blooded or anything like that. It was so weird. So now that this happened in the game, it's a little similar, you know? It's kind of weird. If I'm greeted by these sorts of dreams purely because I'm unaccustomed to living in the mansion, then I'm dreading what else is to come. Like, it's funny because it was literally this last night before me playing this game. That's weird.
そうだよな。気を引き締めないと。
I run the cool water over my head one more time, rubbing and cleaning every part of my body. Oh. My towel just barely grazes my throat before a stinging pain hits me.
なんだこれ。
Hey, yo. I look at my neck in the mirror. Gross. My throat looks red and swollen. Neck red and swollen, huh? Interesting. Alright. I return to my room and change into my uniform. It's only a little past 7 a.m. Still bewildered at how a simple bath could make me feel so much better, I grab my bag and leave the room.
Ohayou gozaimasu, Shiki-san. 今朝は早いんですね。
Kohaku steps out of the parlor just as I come down the stairs.
それに、なんだかさっぱりしていらっしゃいます。
Probably sooner than later on, yeah. We'll see. Well, I would still like to find a good spot to do that.
もしかしてお風呂上がりなんですか？
ええ、さっきまで入っていました。すごいですね、琥珀さん。そういうのわかるものなんですか？
一目瞭然ですよ。四季さん、髪が乾ききってませんから。お風呂上がりだと四季さんは一層可愛らしくなるんですね。
Hey, yo. I have to avert my gaze from her light-hearted smile. As I am now, her pure, innocent expression does nothing but make my chest ache.
ちょっと待っててくださいね。朝ごはんこれから支度をしますから。
Breakfast? Something edible? Oh. Even that word is enough to make me recall the color of blood. The thought leaves me with even less of an appetite than usual.
そうですね。
I want to say this track wasn't an FGO spicy but by something similar.
ああ、うん。基本的にどっちでもいいんですけど。そっか、朝ごはんか。あんまりにもお風呂が気持ちよかったから忘れてた。
そうなんですか？四季さんは昨夜も食べていませんから、お腹の音で目を覚ましたのかなって翡翠ちゃんと話してたんですけど。
いや、単純に寝すぎただけだよ。子供の頃から小食だったから、1食2食抜くのはよくあることだったし。
はあ、言われてみると四季さんって贅肉のないいい体をしていますものね。
Funny you should mention that rhyme with this line. But I feel like that wouldn't help too much either. Like, imagine he eats a strawberry or something. What about all the juices that come out of that? Wouldn't that trigger him as well?
そんなこだわりはなかったけど、言われてみれば有馬の家では野菜ばっかり食べてた気がします。
When I was discharged from the hospital, the doctor told me to avoid anything that's hot on the digestive system, but I think I would have avoided meat even if he hadn't told me to. One way or another, meat just reminds me of death.
好き嫌いはないんですね。それでしたら安心してお食事を用意できます。さあ、すぐにお作りしますから、居間で待っていてくださいな。
Kohaku quickly turns to leave, but I stop her, feeling like I won't be able to pass anything through my throat as things are now.
ああ、いいんだ、琥珀さん。今日は食欲がないから、このまま学校に行くよ。明葉にもそう伝えておいてくれ。
I turn and head for the front door, but as soon as I do, a firm pair of hands grips my arm.
四季さん！
I wasn't expecting that. Kohaku looks angrier than I've ever seen her.
なんてことを言い出すんですか？四季さん、今朝は鏡をご覧になってないんですか？
I don't think your streak, if you mean the watch streak, Pablo, I don't think it necessarily break if you miss a stream, because I think you can watch a VOD of the stream and it still continues to streak. I could be wrong. If anyone in chat knows better, I think that they can clarify, but I think that works. Like, you can open the VOD of the stream. You don't think so? Really? I thought it worked like that. Does anyone know? It's true. Yeah, that's what I heard, I think. Like, you don't have to catch the live necessarily. You can also open the VOD. It doesn't break, but you don't get the +1 if you missed it. Oh. So it keeps the streak, but it doesn't +1 it. Is that what you're saying? Oh. Well, I guess it's a way to at least keep it or whatever. Yeah, maybe you have to watch it X amount of time. I have no idea how any of the watch streak stuff even works. I'm clueless myself. Ironically.
いや、鏡なら風呂場で見たけど。
嘘です。ご自分の顔を
Is that a
一度で
new
も見ているな
expression?
ら、そんなことは言えません。
Look at that. She's got the funny eyes. She's like Madge. Oof. She's seriously bad. Now that I think about it, when I glanced at myself in the mirror earlier, I didn't just look a little pale, I was ashen white.
いや、でも大丈夫だって。俺はもともと血の気
He's
が
like
少ない
me.
し、
He can
人より
camo in
顔色が
snow.
悪く見えるだけというか。
ダメです。朝ごはんを食べないと大きくなれないんですから。食欲がないようでしたら病人食にいたしますから、どうぞ食堂にいらしてください。
If you miss a stream, you get a notification about it, and then if you watch the VOD, it tells that your streak is preserved. Oh, it notifies you. I had no idea. Still clenching my arm, Kohaku drags me into the dining room. I guess there's no fighting it. I still don't really feel like having breakfast, but if she is this insistent, then I have no other choice. Wait, there's an Uma called Ashen White? I had no idea. I don't know a lot of the non-global Umas.
おはようございます、兄さん。お体の具合はよろしいのですか？
I can't say for certain, but Akiha sounded a little reserved just then. Oh, you meant Oguri. Oh, is that her, like, how people refer to her? Again, I haven't watched Cinderella Grace, so I don't know much about her. I'd wager that her concern for my well-being might be overriding her usual firmness.
おはよう。体の方は、まあ、それなりに調子いい。
Her title is the Ashen Beast. That's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, her design is really white heavy. I take my seat at the table. I assume the real life horse was like very pale and white too. Probably makes sense.
それでは食べやすいお雑炊などをご用意いたしますね。ちょっとだけお待ちください。
Kohaku leaves the room in a flurry. She's probably headed for the kitchen in the mansion's west wing. I guess yeah, maybe it's more gray than white. It's not really dark in Uma though. It's if anything is like light gray. Definitely not dark gray, but I guess, you know, there's always some creative freedom in this stuff. Like, isn't Tamamo Cross more like dark gray, at least her hair? That's more like dark gray, unless I'm misremembering. Which leaves me alone with the two others in the dining room, the unusually restrained Akiha and Hisui, who has taken up her spot against the wall. It's incredibly awkward to say the least.
兄さん、昨夜のことですけど、公園で倒れていたというのは本当なんですか？
Interrogation time.
ああ、自分でもいまいち覚えてないけど、琥珀さんと翡翠がそう言うんならそうなんじゃないか？
もう他人事のようにおっしゃらないでください。兄さんは体が弱いんですから、危ないと感じたら屋敷に連絡を入れてください。すぐに迎えの者を行かせますから。
あのな、小学生じゃないんだからそんなのは必要ないよ。どんなに気分が悪くたって自分一人で帰ってこれる。
それでは兄さんはまだ子供なんですね。昨日は一人で帰ってこれなかったんですから。
Oof.
昨日は特別だ。あんなことはめったにない。大体な、俺は慢性的な貧血持ちなだけで体が弱いわけじゃない。いちいち秋葉に心配される筋合いはないよ。昨日は単に致命的に間が悪かっただけなんだ。
Did he just say dead ass? Oh my god. I can't look at that word normally anymore because of Zoomer lingo. Oh my god. Actual dead ass. Clay colored over born of chestnut or black and their coat gets grayer as the age. Oh, I see. Yeah, my knowledge about actual horses is not very, is like nothing.
ご自分の体のことでしょ。屋敷に帰られたばかりだというのに、兄さんに死なれたら私はどうすればいいんです。
Wow. The concern though. She is seriously mad. I'm a little surprised that she cares this deeply.
兄さんは軽率すぎます。もう少しご自分をいたわってあげ
Is
てくださ
Finland
い。
into horse racing? I want to say not really, but maybe a little bit. I don't know. We definitely have horses.
いや、
Not
俺だ
that
って
that
あまり無理
means
はして
anything
ないよ。
necessarily, but yeah.
部活もやってないし、医者の言うことは全部守ってるし。
We're into a lot of other
こ
racing,
れ以
like,
上いたわれって
you
言うん
know,
なら
cars.
どっかのサナトリウムにでも入るし
Like
かないんだよ。
rallies are big here, and then Formula One, of course. Those are both big in Finland, but not sure if any other types of racing is all that big.
ええ。できることならそうしてしまいたいぐらいです。
Goldship was brown when she was born. That's kind of wild.
どこかの孤島でも買い取って、そこで反省していただくのもありですね。
Monka. Despite her pouty, averted gaze, Akiha says something truly frightening in a completely casual tone. She probably also means it. The scariest part of all is that for her, what she's talking about isn't out of the question exactly.
いいわ。今回は何事もなかったので不問にしてあげます。
He's only been here a few days, but it feels like he's already like on his last leg with her. Being tolerant about stuff.
でも次はありませんからね、兄さん。
After giving me a piece of her mind, her temper seems to cool a little. Throughout the entire exchange, Hisui watches us like a statue. This awkward silence is just the worst. There's still some time before Kohaku returns with my breakfast. Until then I should... Oh... Choice time? Ask about Akiha Kohaku Mansion. Let's talk about the sister, why not?
そういえば思い出したんだけど、秋葉は今も朝女の生徒なんだよな。
はい。朝上女学院は中学校から大学までのエスカレーターですから。
Wow. Asagami Girls' Academy is a prestigious institution located in a prefecture that borders ours. It was founded as a missionary school during the early Meiji era, and you can still see the traces of its origins even now. During the Showa era, the school was on the verge of financial ruin, but it managed to solve its troubles thanks to the goodwill of a new benefactor.
あそこは全寮制だろ。
あ。
どうしてここから通っているのかなって。
朝上のおじさまとお父様は懇意の間柄でしたから、多少のわがままは聞いていただけます。
So she doesn't have to live on site.
事情があるのなら自宅からの登校も許可すると。
Wow, privileged.
いや、俺が聞きたいのはそういうことじゃなくて、秋葉は親父が亡くなるまで寮の方で生活してたんだろ。
Yeah, it feels like if anything it's like
うちから通ってるん
tougher
だ。
just to commute more.
車で。
それは。
She stammers out a few words and averts her gaze.
四季様、 明葉様は以前から週の半分をお屋敷でお過ごしになられていました。ですが
I guess.
学園に通うのはそう特別なことではありません。
そうだったのか。けど、なんだってそんなことに。
お父様のたっての願いでしたから、週の半分はこちらで過ごすことにしていたんです。
Everything immediately falls into place. Tono Makihisa would never stand for letting Akiha have any time to herself, even when she entered middle school.
そっか。でも、親父はもういないんだ。
True.
秋葉も無理することないんじゃないか。ただでさえ忙しいのに、往復2時間もかけるなんてバカらしい。その分、寄宿舎で友達と過ごした方が楽しいだろう。
ええ、そうできたら苦労はしません。ですが、私には責任がありますから。昨日のようなことがある限り、当分は屋敷から学校に通います。
Asakami-san, you should know. Is that the girls' school that, for instance, Fujino went to? In KNK? It was a girls' school as well. Was that the same one? Yeah, no? Yep. Oh, I don't know who to trust here.
昨日のようなこと。
Was there some sort of financial problem while I was gone?
何でもありません。自覚がないのでしたら結構です。それより兄さん、随分と朝上女学院に
What's
つ
her
いて
name? Well, I guess it
詳
is
しい
her
ようで
name
す
as well, yeah. It is Asagami Fujino. But at the same time, it is the same school as well, right? Or was that a different name? For the school. So maybe I'm just confusing it with her own name, yeah?
男性にはあまり縁のない世界のはずですが。
うん。そりゃちょっとは知ってるよ。
Different school?
だって、
Ah,
秋
okay.
葉の通ってる学校なんだから。
It's funny because I was thinking about her, but I totally blanked that, yeah, it's her name, not the school's name that she went to. But it was a girls' school too, but the school was different. It's just that it's her name, yeah? True.
は？
お前が中学生になった時、恵子さんに聞いたんだよ。朝上女学院に入学したって。
Day and Girls
だから
Academy.
少しは。
There you go. I figured it wouldn't hurt to learn a little more about the school my little sister was attending. The family made this school.
今はネットのおかげで調べるのも簡単だし、さすがに現地には行ってないけど。
そうでした
And
か。
it dates all the way back to the Meiji period. So it's been around, assuming this game is in like somewhere in the early 2000s or something. It's been around for like what, 150 years or something like that. I forgot exactly when the Meiji period starts, but it's like in the mid to late 1800s, right? I should know this, but it's around that time.
私はてっきり。
It's not hard to guess why Akiha jumped to conclusions. The school is highly exclusive, and many of the students are said to be gorgeous, not to mention from well-to-do families. I've heard rumors that a family invite to its yearly festival. The only way for non-students is worth its weight in gold. At least according to the pointless intel that Arihiko lambasted me with.
お待たせしました。梅じそと卵のおかゆ登場です。
I love eggs and rice. Kohaku cheerfully pushes the food cart into the room.
おしゃべりはここまでだな。時間もないし、ちゃちゃっと食っちまおう。
兄さん、その乱暴な言葉遣いはやめてください。
ありゃ、すっかり元の調子に戻ったか。俺の心配をしてくれていた方がおとなしくてよかったのに。
バカな発言も控えてください。戻るも戻らないも、私、兄
Is that
さ
a
ん
bit
の
of
心配な
soon
んてしてい
coming
ま
out?
せんので。
I think she actually did show some genuine concern there for a second, and now she's back to like, nah. Okay. She turns away from me with a huff. I give Kohaku a fond smile as I pull the bowl of porridge closer and take a spoonful. I can definitely see why she would be compared to Rin. Or the other way around. Whichever. Flashbang!
いってらっしゃいませ。
Might be a good point to pause here momentarily. Hisui accompanies me to the main gate as usual. However, I notice her hesitant stare. I watch as she takes a short breath, like she's struggling to find the right words. I think something else must have happened because of that morning exchange between them two that he doesn't remember about.
四季様、昨日はどうなされたのですか？
Or she's just curious, I guess.
別に何もないよ。学校で気分が悪くなって早退して、ここに帰ってくる途中で。
On my way home?
公園で休んでいただけだ。
Ooh, my man dropped a lie.
でも確かに秋葉の言う通り軽率だった。これからは気をつける。
責めているのではありません。
Ooh.
今朝の四季様はひどく無理をしているように見えたのです。どうかみちみちお気をつけください。
It must have been hard for her to confront me like this. She sees me off with a deep bow. She knows something weird is up. Well, I think this could be the good point to pause. Feels like a new scene is starting. Not sure how long it's gonna take, so let's just do a nice new save here on day 4 early on. That was a pretty wild sesh though. That day 3 was pretty visceral, needless to say, for lack of word. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Interesting though, very interesting. Again, I like the mystery elements of both this and Mahoyoru. Things slowly unravel, but they also keep sprinkling new questions in, you know? Very cool. I'm having a pretty good time with this VN. For sure. So there you go. For the sake of YouTube as well, let's do an outro. So hey, that'll conclude part 4. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Yeah, I bet a lot of people were expecting that scene, because yeah, that's gonna be one of those that you will definitely remember. Can't wait to see what happens next. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, hey, like on this video. It really helps out. Again, this series might not get that much traction, but I like the people that are still watching this, of course. Nice to see comments still on these videos. But besides that, yeah, subscribe for more. Again, I try to keep these weekly. This almost didn't happen this week because of my migraine, but I at least managed to slide this in today. And shout out to my patrons on the screen right now. And otherwise, have a great rest of your day whenever it is you're watching this. And we'll be back sooner than later again, probably next week, for a part 5, continuing on with day 4 of the game itself. I hope you guys have a good one, and see you in the next one. Bye.